Have you ever looked at a massive building, like a huge stadium or a skyscraper, and just wondered, how does something so rigid not just crumble under all that pressure? Well, the secret is often hidden in plain sight, in the gaps. And that's exactly what we're going to dive into today. The absolutely brilliant and often invisible engineering of DSEAL expansion joint systems. I mean, just look at a structure like this one. It's a gorgeous piece of architecture, right? But its real genius isn't just what you can see, it's what you can't. It's the building's built-in ability to be flexible. And this isn't just about protecting the building itself, no. This is about life safety. It's all about giving a massive structure the freedom to move so the people inside stay safe no matter what.
So get this. What if this very building was engineered to literally glide 30 inches, that's 2.5 feet, in any direction during, say, an earthquake? It sounds kind of crazy, almost impossible, but that's the level of engineering we're talking about here. And it's not some far-off theory, it's a reality in critical places like the Zuckerberg San Francisco General Hospital.
So, here's our game plan. First, we're going to explore why on earth buildings need to move in the first place. Then we'll get into the DSEAL solution and take a little tour of their systems. We'll see how performance meets design, and finally, what it means to actually partner with them on a project. Okay, so let's tackle that first big question. Why do buildings even need to move? Well, it all comes down to these unseen forces that are constantly at work on every large structure, every single day. You see, the first thing to get your head around is that buildings are never really truly still. We see them as these static, unmoving things, but in reality, they're incredibly dynamic. They're basically breathing, constantly shifting and responding to the world around them in ways you'd probably never notice. In this side, it shows the challenge perfectly. That sketch on the left, that represents all that hidden, unmanaged stress, forces just pushing and pulling on the structure. But now look at the photo on the right. That's what happens when you manage that stress. It's a totally clean, seamless solution that turns a potential point of failure into a source of real strength. So what are these forces we're talking about? Well, they're all around us. You've got the daily heating and cooling that makes a building expand and contract. There's the slow, steady settlement of the foundation over years. For skyscrapers, you have to account for wind sway. And of course, there's the big one, the powerful, multidirectional shock of a seismic event. So now that we understand the problem, let's talk about the solution. And this is where DSEAL's expertise in both waterproofing technology and expansion joint systems really comes into play. Let's be really clear about what's at stake here. On the left, if you don't manage this movement, you're risking structural damage, water getting in, compromised safety, not to mention it just looks bad. The DSEAL solution on the right is engineered to tackle every single one of those risks. It protects the building's integrity, gives it a weather-tight seal, prioritizes life safety, and it does all this while blending seamlessly into the design. All right, let's get into the really cool stuff. We're going to take a quick tour of the actual DSEAL systems and see how they're engineered for the specific needs of floors, walls, and roofs. So let's start with a floor. This is a flush seismic floor cover, and it has this incredibly clever feature, a pop-up system. So during an earthquake, the joint obviously moves, but afterwards, a special centering bar and spring system automatically pushes the cover plate right back to where it started. It's not just built to survive, it's built to reset itself. How cool is that? And these specs really show you the range we're talking about. For instance, just look at the MSDK system. Even a joint that's 100 millimeters wide can handle over 108 millimeters of total movement. This tells you it's not some one-size-fits-all product. It's a super adaptable system that can be tailored for very specific needs. Now, for the walls, check this out. This is a lock metal wall cover. The genius here is in two parts. First, it's got a snap-fit design, which makes installation way faster and easier on site. But second, and trust me, architects absolutely love this, there are 0 exposed fasteners. You get this perfectly clean, smooth surface. And up on the roof, it's all about keeping the elements out, right? This system uses neoprene weather washers. Now, that might sound like a tiny detail, but it's absolutely critical. It's designed to stop water from leaking through the spots where fasteners go into the cover, which is a huge deal for ensuring a totally watertight seal. And the roof systems, they have some equally wild numbers. Just look at that bottom row. A 500 millimeter joint, that's about half a meter, is engineered to handle over 555 millimeters of movement. That is an incredible amount of flexibility.
all designed to protect the building's outer shell in the most extreme conditions you can imagine. But here's the thing. Handling movement is only one piece of the puzzle. A truly great solution also has to deal with other crucial elements like fire safety, waterproofing, and, just looking good. This is where performance really meets design. And one of the most important safety features is the fire barrier. This is a system that's specifically engineered to completely seal that expansion joint opening if there's a fire. It's made of things like a special ceramic fiber blanket and stainless steel foil, and it's tested to provide a fire resistance rating, often up to 2 hours. This is what contains a fire and ultimately protects lives. So when you pull it all together, what you've got is a complete system. It's waterproof, it's ready for seismic events, it integrates beautifully with high-end finishes like marble or tile, and on top of all that, it's made from durable stuff and designed to be easy to install. It really is the whole package. But of course, a great product is only half the battle, isn't it? The other half is the expertise and the support that comes with it, and that's what DSEAL calls the DSEAL difference. This quote really just says it all. With decades of global experience, your project is in capable hands with us. That's not just some marketing slogan. That's a statement of real confidence that's been earned on high-stakes projects all around the globe. And their whole process is built around partnership. It all starts with technical advice, giving you everything you need, from CAD files to one-on-one expert help. From there, they actually work with you to create a custom design for your specific project. And then they back it all up with assured quality and a warranty of at least 5 years. And that quality is built on over a decade of focused experience. We're talking 10+ years of manufacturing only these kinds of highly specialized architectural systems. That's a deep, deep well of expertise. And you can see the results in some of the most prestigious and demanding buildings in the world. We're talking about hospitals, airports, stadiums, high-rises, places where performance and reliability are just completely non-negotiable. So for any of you architects, engineers, or builders watching, we'll just leave you with this one question. Your next project is going to demand precision, for sure, but is it also engineered to move? If you want to learn more about how DSEAL can make that happen, you should get in touch with Dhawan Associates.